Through the sacrificial system, God was actually giving the people a very interesting visual image of what was happening. As the animal was being burned on the fire, it would turn to smoke. And where does smoke go? Up. They're literally watching this animal turn to smoke and go up to heaven, up to God. So at that point, the sacrifice has been made, it has been sent up to God, and it is God's part. But it was the people's part, not the priest's part, which I think is really interesting. It was the people's part to come together and share a meal with these other pieces of the sacrifice. They would bring the bread, they would bring the meat, and they would share a meal in the presence of the priest. They had to do their part here. If we bring these things before God, if we keep laying ourselves down at the altar and we don't do our part on the other side, it's all for nothing. It doesn't matter. It's one thing to lay a sin struggle before God and to try your hardest not to fall back and to really try to seek God only to fall back in your sin. That's one thing. But it's another thing entirely to keep laying the sin struggle down, the same one down over and over again, to turn around and do nothing about it. Two completely separate things. One of them, God can work with because you're trying. The other one, it's probably not going to work with because you're not even trying in the first place. Holiness is about sacrifice. It's about laying our lives, our struggles at the feet of Jesus and then taking action. It's about letting God transform the way that we live, the way that we interact with others, and the choices that we make every single day. Holiness shows up in our actions, in the way that we treat the people around us, especially those who are vulnerable and overlooked. It's about taking the heart of God, His love, His justice, His compassion, and putting it into tangible practice in our everyday lives.